Hi, remote control, cognitive radar, has had me eating ice cream and pizza for the several weeks, maybe. I'm 10 pounds heavier than I normally am. It's not age, it's this cognitive radar wanting to mock me for talking about CDC obesity. Normally, I'm 173 pounds, and right now about 180, well, 178. So I'm like 5 pounds more, but 5 pounds shows, especially right here. It's like fat is more than, what's the term? Fat is more than, actually it's no, muscle weighs more than fat. Well, anyways, got some there. It's like, where'd that come from? That's amazing. Normally I can stand up and look in the mirror, and I've done this for a couple of my YouTube videos where I like flex. It's like, where the hell did that go? So something's mocking me, and it's been trying to force me to wear a t-shirt in my YouTube videos. But for anything indoors, I always want to be in a tie, a dress shirt. Now here's a strange situation that remote controlled me. I just want to show you how cognitive radar works. I was going to tell you a mechanical story about my Ford Windstar and how all Fords are engineered to break down, and people in the union might be members of the Ford mechanic or something. Former military, they got to get domestic jobs, and so they might be partially working with Ford because it's only 4 letters, and they're killing any woman who exceeds 4 letters because it's a breeding thing. And ignorance and albino white flowers with no iodine, which is 15 IQ points less. So, like, we're trying to achieve an 85 IQ for the entire United States. And the only way to get to the 85 IQ is to kill anybody who exceeds a 4-inch vagina. And so we're on our way. It's been there, been going on with Joe Biden killing all the Africans in the United States who aren't fat. It was a plan called the Crime Bill, or the Crime Act, that he pushed through. We're talking about killing white people and killing black people, and making sure that the white people learned how to yell as loud as the black people. And so that's what the cognitive radar does. It puppets people, and it even puppeted him during the speech to show how it would get the white people to pretend to be in as much pain as the minorities. Obama, 0 children, had to use in vitro fertilization, where they turkey-based his wife with sperm to get her pregnant. And Kamala Harris, also 0 children. Now, both of them were selected to help kill all the black people, and I'm going to ask Kamala Harris again to withdraw from the Joe Biden campaign. I know that there's millions of dollars in it for her, but there's several million black people in the United States getting killed and not having any ability to deal with white people. But what? We're done with being racist. Can't you see? We've elected a black president, and we've have a vice president candidate nominee. That's a black woman, but they're both sterile. It's like, tee-hee, bye-bye, fit people. 4-inch power, 4-inch vagina. This is the thing that really is just remarkably stupid. Joe Biden and all these guys think it's 4-inch, especially Brett Kavanaugh, who I totally opposed before his nomination, or before the confirmation in Senate. It's surprising that 85 IQ is the goal for the United States to actually always be getting stupider. Now, there are completely albino beard, albino hair Mensa that are actually tall and thin like I would normally be. Well, I wouldn't be fat anyways, or chubby. Chubby. So anyways, there's one, and they all talk about, well, IQ is actually slowly creeping up, and they start to call it herd immunity or something, where being around each other means that we all learn quicker and know more. It's slightly different. When I was younger, there was this nonsense about specialization. But the reason they do specialization, the reason they do parties or splinter groups, is to reduce knowledge and to make knowledge esoteric, and then to choose and shape what is the dominant knowledge. And with Mensa writing the tests and stuff, and other people participating, and then like quizzing people or surveying people, they've actually been reducing the amount of knowledge in the United States for people to know. So the Mensa scores, or IQ scores, have been climbing because there's less to know about reality. And for some of you that might be confusing, because you're like, well, aren't there new electronics? Aren't there computers and programming language? I don't know a single Mensa test that tests any knowledge of programming languages. Do you know any intelligence tests that includes programming language questions? I don't know of any. And it's like, but they've got electric cars that run on batteries, right? But the liquid batteries last longer than the. I don't mean to be like that, but the liquid batteries can be recycled. And according to Panasonic Energizer, the lithium ion can only be about 4% recycled. And that's, again, probably that 4-inch vagina limit, and then throw it all away. Someone in the United States has a really simple commodity-based IQ where they want to hoard all the minerals on the earth. Even if they destroy the minerals, they're counting on the ever-decreasing intelligence via 4-inch power to find somebody out there to kill after they cure the recycling of batteries problem. But for right now, whoa. That's true, though. A bee landed on my face and it flew away, or I chased it away. So it's bizarre that these people call themselves Honor Society. Oh my God. You only know it because we taught it to you, and they're a commune social. And I think that Mensa sent me off to hang out with Honor Society to find out who they're struggling with, because they think that they can study their way into the future. It's in a book. I read it. Reading Rainbow, which is actually anti-all smart people, the song. It's in a book. Take a look. It's a Reading Rainbow. And there's this thing where people can memorize information, but who actually comprehends the information is a completely different question. And there's tons of people. I would say the majority of the United States, especially the legal system, the entire legal system, doesn't want any laws to be understood. U.S. Code, for instance, the federal regulations, refuses to make English the official language of the United States. When Jimmy Carter was president, and that was my hope until I found the video of his State of the Union speech in 80. 1978 was pretty good, but his State of the Union speech in 1980, he says, fuck it all, I'm going to give you all the bribe money, and we're going to do this all in sound, and I'm not going to write or keep any books or libraries ever again. Everything is sound. USA is sound. And it's like, but if you do sound, then you're definitely stuck back in the commune social, where everything is a phonetic blur and nobody wants the dictionaries or definitions to be worth anything. And like even the word asshole can mean tardy or something. And I don't want to wind up being a what's her name? Well, Chadwick Boseman. I guess I need to do it in order. Steve Jobs, Chadwick Boseman, whatever. And trying to remember his name. Steve Jobs. The Black Panther guy is Chadwick Boseman. That last name does not seem right. It is Chadwick, though. And it's like burning flare for KKK something, Chadwick. He's a handsome, intelligent, wonderful man. And DARPA God has had control of everybody's child naming since the 1960s. They've been, this FISA or something, I've forgotten what it's called. It reports anybody who's pregnant. And then somebody sorts out what they want the name of the family to be to get rid of anybody that has an IQ above 85. And that's iodine and the plants and the flowers. Like, see these blossoms? Those blossoms would contain minerals, but all American food, we're trying to make white blossoms because those minerals that are metabolized. They call it prismatics. If you ever look at something called a mass spectroscopy, in mass spectroscopy, each atom has frequency spikes. And having the right color will be like a key for the frequency spike in the minerals it processes from the soil, or excites into the water for the water to ionize and be able to capture and draw up from the soil into the plant. But these Catholics, specifically the army chaplains, decided to kill all the United States military. The chaplains decided to kill all the United States leaders in 1820. And they actually decided to kill the top leader continuously forever in 1787 after 1778. 1778, we're going to have a leader, and President. They decided to be anti-royal families because they didn't like being trapped and not being able to climb the social ladder. And so in the 1800s, they decided to kill the top 33% of the United States. They made the mystery 1967 versus 33, so always killing 1% of the top 33% continuously so that the bottom can forever grow and flourish. And so you have people who are billionaires that have been knocked off or killed. DHL, the Teva drug person in Canada, another billionaire in Mexico, another billionaire in his helicopter coming around the Caribbean or something. And then you got millionaires and Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is one of the most brilliant men that have ever run any kind of business in the United States. He was a hedge fund investor that psychologically profiled all his members, and these serial killers don't want to get caught, so their anti-psychological measures or study. And he has one of the most beautiful sons around, but he only has one son. He should have like 10 children. I mean, he should be the 19 and counting. It shouldn't be the guy who's born bald in 19 and counting on TLC. By the way, TCL is an enemy to everybody. They're out to kill all the pretty people in the United States. They're like fat power, obesity power. It should be like tender loving care, but instead it's like crucify the cows. Crucify and fuck the cows, I think is what it is. This the C is like a cow, and this is gamma. This is very confusing because that shouldn't be gamma, but the fraternities call it gamma, so I'm going to have to look into that again. The L shape, like loser, but it actually means penis up woman vagina. So it's like you're always doing this, but those are the winners. These are the winners because they're penis heads. All they're concerned with is sticking it in a woman, which marriage is much better when you're monogamous. And in this society, if you have any brains, everybody seems to be trying to get a bite. And then there's the other problem that people are trying to report. There's also cognitive radar. Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA. It's 3Y, 4X, 5 die, minus the A, which is the alphas. So Defense Intelligence Agency is anti-prosecution. They use cognitive radar to destroy all the smartest people in the history of the United States since forever. Before there was a Defense Intelligence Agency, before there was women's suffrage, there was FBI and there was the Voice of God. And it was actually trying to get rid of the alpha women that was stopping the rape, telling them suffer your rage. And then somebody who wasn't the women put the word in their motion or movement. They used the word movement. Suffer your rage movement and move on. Because the guys who authored the Constitution, which hasn't been changed, it's been added to. It's now 1,285 pages, but the original preamble still says that men have the right to posterity, which I thought meant fucking or doing women outside your marriage. And instead, the York Rite and the Scottish Rite told me in writing that it is their right to fuck their daughters and to fuck everybody else's daughters. So I'm getting yelled at. This is actually very strong, but it looks ugly as heck. I'm going to cover it. From here, the wood looks fine. From here, the wood looks fine and great. Something remote controlled me because it had me whack this down to make it visible and less pretty. Had me knock the nails through here. And I didn't want to. I always do clean, excellent work. But cognitive radar is out to damage the reputation of everyone capable that is anti-military. And like Yumi T, it like bashed up the health of those people. Oh, here. It bashed up the health of Yumi. The phone had automatically zoomed in to 1.4 times. I'm now at 1 time zoom. And anyways, so this is cognitive radar. And it's pledged to kill everybody who's smart or pretty in the United States. Check out the birth rates of all of Hollywood and anybody who's pretty. It's 1 Corinthians 3. 3 is where the pallbearers hunt and pick up all the Apollos. Because fit people weigh less. And so it's trying to get rid of anybody that can be picked up off the ground and have only fat people. Pretty sure the headquarters is in Mississippi and Alabama, and that it even controls the FBI, Director Ray, and Comey. It's like a thing of silence because the society claims cognitive radar. It went public with cognitive radar before it elected Obama to discredit a black person ever being elected. But I'm going to hand her the focus. She's hitting me in the leg. It actually really hurts. This little fist got sharp knuckles. And so I think that's the reason the fat people hate them, is that a fat person can knock you over, but when a woman with those tight knuckles hits you, it actually stings. I mean, it stings. It's like, ouch. Ouch. Anyways. All right. So this isn't how I would ever do that, but this is how I'm doing it right now because it's remote controlled too. When I put the paneling on, it'll look fine. And I want to go to the hospital. I got to find out what's going on because that's like a threat. She's telling me a threat. I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to go to the hospital, okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.